This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Bore da blant, it's Mrs. Wood here, Dydd Mawrth Hapus. I love that song, This Little Light of Mine, and the reason why I played it is because Diwali, the assembly we're focusing on today, is all about the Festival of Lights. I'm sure many of you have heard about Diwali or studied it in previous years, and Diwali is a really important Hindu religious celebration. It is actually celebrated by over 1 billion people worldwide. The specific date of Diwali varies, but it is between the months of October and November each year. It usually lasts about 5 days. It is a Hindu festival of lights, which celebrates the start of the new year. The word Diwali means row of lighted lamps. The festival of Diwali welcomes the new year and honours the goddess Lakshmi. In Hinduism, many different gods and goddesses are worshipped. Each god or goddess is believed to be responsible for something, and Lakshmi is the god of wealth and good fortune. Hindus light lamps so Lakshmi will visit their homes and bring them good fortune. She is often seen holding lotus flowers, coins, and a coconut in her hands. Diya lamps. The festival of Diwali means festival of light, and it celebrates the victory of light over darkness. During the celebration of Diwali, many homes light lots of special diya lamps. These lamps were traditionally made from clay and are lit to help the goddess Lakshmi into people's homes. During Diwali, the story of Rama and Sita is told, and I'm sure lots of you probably know this story already. The story helps people to remember that light triumphs over dark and good triumphs over evil. Rama and Sita are believed to be the god Vishnu and goddess Lakshmi in human form. Here is a short video explaining the story of Rama and Sita.
Rama and Sita. Long ago, there was a great warrior prince called Rama, who was married to a beautiful and strong woman called Princess Sita. There was a terrible demon king who lived nearby called Ravana. He had 20 arms and 10 heads, and everyone was frightened of him. He wanted to make Sita his wife. So Ravana tricked Sita by appearing as a wounded deer. Sita asked her husband Rama to come and help the deer, but the deer disappeared into the forest. Seeing how worried Sita was about the poorly animal, Rama decided to go and find the deer, not realising it was actually the evil Ravana. But Rama was worried about leaving Sita alone in the forest, so he drew a magic circle around her to keep her safe. As Rama was looking for the wounded deer, the evil demon Ravana changed shape again. He turned from the deer into a thirsty beggar. He tempted Sita out of the magic circle by begging for water. Sita, being so kind, stepped out of the magic circle, away from safety. Ravana kidnapped her and carried her away in his mighty flying chariot. Meanwhile, unable to find the deer, Rama returned to the magic circle, only to find that his wife Sita had been kidnapped. So he set off to rescue her. He travelled through a forest where he met the Monkey King, Hanuman. Hanuman and Rama became great friends, and Hanuman agreed to help Rama find Sita. Hanuman searched for Sita over many days and nights. He travelled across oceans and over mountains. Eventually, Hanuman found Sita in Ravana's prison on the island of Lanka. Hanuman took the news of his discovery back to Rama, and they gathered a huge monkey army to go to Sita's rescue. But how could they all travel across the water to the island together? Hanuman had a great idea. Once the bridge was finished, Rama, Hanuman and all the other animals rushed across to fight the evil demon Ravana. There was a great battle, one of the greatest battles ever seen, that lasted for 10 days. It looked as though Ravana was going to win until Rama saw the perfect chance to use a magic arrow he'd been given by the gods. He shot the evil demon Ravana with the magic arrow and killed him. The demon king Ravana was beaten, the battle was won, and Rama and Sita were finally reunited. They started the journey home. As night fell, all of the people who lived in the kingdom put out little oil lamps in their windows to help guide Rama and Sita back home. It seemed as though there were more lamps than there were stars in the sky. Rama and Sita arrived home and everyone celebrated that they were safe.
So, Diwali celebrates the story of Rama and Sita and good triumphing over evil. So how is Diwali celebrated? The festival is a time for spring cleaning, making sure their houses are nice and clean, decorating the homes with lots of lights, wearing new clothes, exchanging gifts, and preparing festival meals. Hindus will often celebrate in the streets by dancing, drumming, and putting on huge firework displays. Rangoli patterns. In India, Hindus leave the windows and doors of their houses open so that Lakshmi can come in. They decorate the entrance of their houses with Rangoli patterns full of colourful and bright designs to welcome visitors. During the Hindu festival of Diwali, people create these eye-catching patterns to encourage the goddess Lakshmi to enter their homes and to keep away the evil spirits. Traditionally, these Rangoli patterns are often made using coloured rice, grains, flour, sand or chalk, and the most popular subject of Rangoli designs is the lotus flower. Here are a few examples of some Rangoli patterns. You can see the beautiful flour, chalk and coloured sand in each one. Right, quiz time. Let's see how well you have been listening this morning. So I'm going to ask you 6 questions. And it's up to teachers how they want to organise this. You can either write A, B, C and D in the 4 corners of your classroom on a piece of paper and children stand in the correct corner, or you can get whiteboards out, or you can do hands up. It's totally up to your teachers. And I would like to award a dojo to every child who manages to answer all 6 questions correctly. Let's see how well we were listening this morning. So, question 1. Which of these months is Diwali celebrated on? A. September or October. B. October or November. C. November or December. And December or January. Now, teachers, you can either pause the video here to give your children some thinking time. It is up to you. And the correct answer is B, October or November. Da iawn if you got that question right. Bendigedig. Question 2. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and good fortune. That's A. B, life and death. C, love and marriage. Or D, power and destruction. I'll give you a little bit of thinking time. Bendigedig if you said the answer was A. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and good fortune. Da iawn. Question 3. What is the name of the lamp that is used in Diwali? A. Puja. B. Dupa. C. Diya. Or D. Peda. Bendigedig if you said the correct answer was C. Diya. Da iawn. Question 4. In the story of Rama and Sita, how many arms does Ravana have? A, 2, B, 10, C, 20, or D, 40? Bendigedig, if you said the answer was 20. If any of you said the answer was 10, you're getting a little bit mixed up with his heads. He had 10 heads and 20 arms. Question pimp. Rama and Sita are the human forms of which gods? A, Vishnu and Lakshmi, B, Shiva and Lakshmi, C, Vishnu and Surya, or D, Vishnu and Shakti? They all sound really similar, so have a little think which one I said. Diane, if you said the answer was A, it is Vishnu and Lakshmi. And last question, question 6. What is a Rangoli pattern usually made from? A, sugar, B, oils, C, flour, or D, spices? A big bendigedig if you said the answer was C, flour. Diane. So just finished my assembly. So first of all, a dojo, if anyone got all 6 questions right. Excellent listening, Diane. Just to finish my assembly, the phrase of the week. So this week's phrase of the week is one that you should be really, really familiar with. How are you? Should I tea? And I'll let my Crew Cymraeg member go through it with you.
This week's phrase of the week is
And to finish, the prayer. Bow your heads, please. Diolch I ti am y byd. Diolch am ein ffrindiau I gyd. Amen. I hope you have a lovely Tuesday, children, and I will see you soon. Dyborch chi.